Hello, everyone, and welcome to twitch.tv/HobbyBoxBurns. I think the game was a little too loud there, but we are set and ready to go. Happy weekend, everybody. I'm Joe Burns, HobbyBoxBurns, and we are here and ready to do more chilling and chatting and crafting in Final Fantasy XIV. As it says down below in the description, or in the title, we are actually looking at doing the level 35 and level 40 crafting quests. So I have all of the crafting classes in like the 39 to 41 range band, to the point where all of them should be able to complete their level 35 quest and then be able to jump right into the level 40 quest. So we're going to start off in Gridania with Leatherworker and Carpenter and take care of that, and then continue to move on to the next steps. What I've been doing to level them in between sessions is I did some supply and provisioning turn-ins for the Grand Company, for the Twin Adders, and that worked extremely well. Some of those, if you turn in on-demand items, you can get like a level and a half at a turn-in, especially if it's high quality. You can almost get 2 levels. In the 30 range, so it's extremely effective. And then I've also been doing the Akatl 9, the Ixal Beast Tribe quests. So first off, let's check in on what we've sold here. One other thing I've done, as you can see here, is I've been going through and trying to go through the level bands and making sure I get everything crafted once, sort of looking at completing crafting every single one of the items at least one time in my crafting log. And so, as you can see here, I've been selling the Weaver ones as I went through all of the Weaver. So I have every class except for Carpenter completed through 10, and a few of them completed through 15, 1 or 2 maybe even all the way through 20, because some of those at the lower levels really don't have a lot of items that you have to get. We do not have a lot of gil from the makings there. But as you can see down at the bottom, we are at 5.3 million gil. To the point now where I'm feeling pretty comfortable with where things are at. My guess is I might need a little bit more gear for when I jump into the weapon trial series. So the Whirlet stuff. We have more sales here with Paulina Nana. Got rid of some of that stuff. Ooh, we sold more straw. Good. So the straw prices used to be in like, for a bundle of 99, used to be in like the 35 to 40,000 range. Someone really undershot straw, unfortunately. And a lot of people sort of met that. And so that market's not as high anymore. On Ultros, the grade 6 dark matter is still selling quite well. So I have that kind of going with all 3 of my retainers, because if I sell all 3, that nets me 150,000 gil each whack. Oh, we don't need to do that. We need to, we can take 20,000 gil back. So it's slowly but surely. I might not have actually sold anything here with Raw Bun. But we did. Dart Frogs, okay. Oh, what else did we sell with her? 6. Oh, I must not have collected the... Oh, I sold her chunk of grade 6 dark matter again. So I think we'll get another bundle of 99 of those on sale here. And I actually have some of those on hand, but after this we'll go to the Goblet to pick some more up. So I have those 4 going through and selling. Nice. So she is at 37 now. Let's assign her another one of those waterside exploration ventures. 35 now. She's up into the 35 quest band. So that is good. And then we want to sell the dark matter we've got on hand here. Where's the price at now? So it's being undershot a little bit there. Let's go to 443. which is just below my other one. So we'll let someone buy Captain America's bundle at 420. We'll try to keep the general level in this 440 range, because, I don't know, we make a little bit more gil that way. And I'm in not necessarily a rush to try to get money instantly here. Alright, so we can sort there. Okay. So we've got her back on a venture. Let's go collect the other ventures here. Ah, these sparklers. Sparklers are annoying. I probably should just discard them or see if they sell for a decent amount. So she's at 35 now, so we can assign her to the level 35 one. Hopefully, yep, she's got high enough gathering. So that is good. It's interesting because for the gathering gear, there's only a couple of the areas. So it's like your main hand that gives you pluses to gathering. And then I think the chest piece and sometimes gloves. Otherwise, everything else is perception, which I don't think is going to help them for what they're doing. Maybe it helps with some of the other ones. I'm not sure. So I'm only outfitting them with some of those items. So we got her out on a venture, so that's good. And then let's get Jana Freya's collected. She's probably going to be level 40 botanist. Some more almonds. Confirm. And then let's assign her... She might not... Oh, she does have enough gathering. Perfect. So we don't have to make new gear for her yet. Which means the other ones are probably going to be able to go for quite a while before I need to get them more gear too. So that is actually quite good. The good thing about doing the Beast Tribe quests is that I've been getting a lot of ventures. So that's been a good way for me to collect extra ventures to be sending them out to do these things. Once I get them leveled, I'll probably start sending them out for specific things. But right now it's trying to get them up closer to my crafting class, or my gathering classes, which are in the low 50s. All right, perfect. So, first things first, we'll come back to Gridania after doing a quick little loop. Let's go get more of my dark matter from my free company house. Hope everybody is having a great weekend so far. I am. Granted, it's still early, but I am having a pretty good weekend. Can't complain. Had a little bit of a headache last night, but survived. Yeah, it's one of those things. I started a couple weeks ago. I started on a new medication, and this is like the first time with a medication that there has been a long trial period of like ups and downs and trials and tribulations. Hey, baby smell. Yes, I know. I persevered and fought through my headache. But I think things are starting to get under control. The biggest frustration point was that I had to basically drop caffeine completely because that was causing some interactions. So that was a difficult process because... Holy boy, I had 2 cups of coffee in the morning and usually soda with caffeine in it sometime in the day, maybe 2, and sometimes also some other amount of caffeine. So cutting from that to basically none. I have like a cup of decaf or 2 in the morning now, and maybe a soda with caffeine in it in the afternoon. So that was like a week of withdrawal headaches and soreness in my upper body, which was not ideal. But I think we're through that now. Not that anybody cares about that, but that is the dealio. All right, so let's get more. Oh no, we don't. We already put some on there, so we don't need to do that. Okay, so then the other thing we're gonna do here quickly, we're gonna travel to Doma and top off, sell our bronze and silver pieces that we have that I've earned from like the XIV quests and then from the ventures, and see how much else we'd maybe need to sell to top off our $20,000 gil limit for Doma today. How have you been, Baby Smell? Hope you had a good week. Mine's kind of been all over the place, but it ended all right, so that's good. Whoops, we're good there. Bum 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 ba da da da. Oh. Okay, where are my pieces? We have lots of bronze pieces to get rid of. So that's 14,000. So let's... Yeah, that's probably gonna do it. Been trying to get back into Guild Wars 2. It's been a bit of a struggle, or just trying to remember how everything works. Now let's save those in case we need to celebrate something at some point. Stupid, I know. All right. Let's try to max this out. Split. Do we think 2 will do it? Yeah, I mean, maybe even just 1, but we'll just roll with that. Yeah, 1 probably is all that it would take. That's alright. We'll get more. On behalf of the Shazenkai Callista, I thank you for your support. I am pleased to inform you that we have made great strides in our efforts to rebuild the Enclave. You okay with remembering how to play stuff? You did struggle a little bit, but you think you're back to your mediocre self. Well, that's good. Getting that rice patty going here. Bum, 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 bum. It looks like we're building like a storehouse. Owing to your many contributions, the Enclave domain has seen further development. As you continue to contribute to the Shazenkai and the reconstruction effort, in what other ways might the Domain Enclave grow and change? I'm guessing we might have one more little cutscene. Maybe not. On behalf of the Shazenkai Callista, I thank you for your support again. I am pleased to inform you that we have made great strides in our efforts to rebuild the Enclave. Is it just the same cutscene, just with more progress? Or are we actually gonna... Yeah, because we're not going to talk to the dude yet. Unless it's like every 5,000 increment we're getting updates. Ooh, a scarecrow. That's a very teardrop-shaped scarecrow. Is it done? It looks like it's relatively done. Owing to your many contributions, the Enclave domain has seen further development. As you continue to contribute to the Shazenkai and the reconstruction effort, in what other ways may the Domain Enclave grow and change? They said they would make announcements regarding the upcoming expansion in the summer, for Guild Wars 2 also. Yeah, that's what I've heard. That's what a lot of people have been talking about, that a lot of the MMOs have like these drastic updates, and WoW doesn't this year. And so people are wondering if that's pear-shaped. Yeah, pear-shaped, probably a better term. But yeah, they've talked about how all these other MMOs have like big new content coming out. Endwalker for Final Fantasy XIV, like the new revision of Phantasy Star Online 2, and then Guild Wars 2 is getting, I think it's some dragon sort of update. I could be wrong on that. I think that's what I've heard people say. Plus, there's like a new MMO coming out that a lot of people have been excited about. And it looks like all that you hear about WoW is people that are frustrated, and the developers aren't really saying much about it, so... End of Dragons. Okay, yeah, see, I knew it was something dragon-related. I listened to lots of things, and so, like, bits and pieces, like, stick in my skull. Alright, we are done. Okay. Well, that was relatively quick and painless. So we shall return to Gridania. And let's jump into our carpenter stuff. Bum, 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 bum. So what would you say are some of the best things about Guild Wars 2, Baby Smell? What would be like a reason for someone to give it a shot? Let's double check here. Alright, we got some inventory space right now. I know I can get this onto one of my retainers. Has some of those, just to, like, get rid of them. Otherwise, we just have lots of mats in here. Of which some of them we'll use, some of them we might not need to use. We'll sort of see what I go through here with some of these quests. Once we get started... So that's just for gathering. I don't know that we're going to be doing much gathering, so we're probably not going to use this session, or cordials. I do have some crafting food, I thought, that I've made recently. We got stone soup, which is CP up. I think we'll do craftsmanship up, so we'll eat our mashed popotos. Or we should finish off the cheese risotto. Risotto. Whoa, I don't need to talk to you, Idel. We need to talk to Beaton. Well, before we do that, let's settle in a little bit here. Yeah. It would be interesting getting into a computer MMO again, because it has been a long time since I've played an MMO with a keyboard and mouse, since I've only played Final Fantasy XIV with this. Growing apart. Timbermaster Beaton seems to be smirking in your general direction. Let's see. So that's a little bit of a update. What does this look like? Looks okay. Control 18. Oh. Lewd. That's not a ton of an increase. So none of these are a huge increase. So we'll maybe wait till like 40 to really do a lot with that. Oh, but let's accept the quest, actually. Well, well, if it isn't Callista, you grow more popular with every commission. Take that walnut cane, for example. You remember, don't you? The one you crafted not long ago? I do remember. It must have left quite the impression on Gerhard, because he has once again requested your services. This time he would have you craft an oak longbow, a quality longbow, but I presume you already knew that. Gerhard's squad is considered one of the finest units in the Yellow Serpents. They are oft tasked with dangerous missions which carry them deep into hostile territory. Our soldiers should never want for the best materiel. I trust you will not disappoint, Callista. Alright, oak longbow. Do we have... I don't know that we have much oak. We're probably going to be in this range. Oak longbow. Alright. We do have some linen yarn, I believe. Yep. I think we still have some ash branches, yes. Ooh, steel ingots might be a little low, but I think we can purchase those at the guild house. Yeah, oak lumber is probably the only real problem. So we might have to pick up some oak logs or oak lumber. This guy's not going to sell any of it, right? Nope. Yeah, I think we've grown out of what we can buy from that fella. All right, so let's go to the Leather Workers Guild. Oh, it's actually probably just as fast to just go straight through here. Oh, it's the same time. Oh, it was the same time for Eorzea time and my time. Isn't it lovely? That's a drink whenever that happens. I'm sure it happens relatively regularly. Jiva. Lead by example. Guildmaster Jiva has a task she believes appropriate for a leatherworker of your burgeoning abilities. What do we got? What color is this one? Oh, this looks like it's going to be exactly the same. Sure is. So maybe we just grab the silver pieces? We already have plenty of silver pieces. Sluggards and slouches, the lot of them. Callista, don't tell me you haven't noticed as well. Uneven seams, slipshod stamping, the work produced by the guild's rank and file in recent days simply isn't up to snuff. Whether it be the impending exhibition or this whole anger both a business that is distracting our craftsmen, I do not know. What I do know is that if they don't get their act together, and soon, we're at risk of actually losing business to those charlatans. I will not stand idly by as a lack of discipline undoes the reputation that our guild has worked so long to achieve. Someone needs to remind those slouches why they became leatherworkers in the first place, and I've decided that person will be you. Yes, you, Callista. Surprised, are you? Ha! I may question your skills, but not your dedication to our craft. Bring me the finest pair of boarskin ring bands you can craft, and show me that my trust hasn't been misplaced. It would be only the slightest of exaggerations to say that the future of this guild, not to mention your future, hangs in the balance. Now get to it, and show your good-for-nothing guildmates how it's done. I don't know if I like that. I don't want to, have a wedge between me and the guildmates. Not that I ever really talked to them. Fingerless boarskin gloves, I believe it was, right? Ring bands. Fingerless boarskin ring bands. Alright, it must be... Alright. Fingerless. There. Oh, no. Alright, we're gonna have to do a search here. Finland. Whoops. Fingerless. Boarskin. Oh, just boarskin ring bands. I'm an idiot. Ha! I am an idiot. Okay, so boarskin ring bands. Don't know where I got fingerless from. Here we go. Boarskin ring bands. So we need 2 steel ingots, and then we're going to need boar leather, which I know we have boar hide in plenty of quantities. So, over to the goblet we go. So there's no subscription fee to start with. You just buy the latest expansion and get all the content that came before it for free in Guild Wars 2. You can buy all the store items with in-game gold. There is plenty of raids, and there are also dungeons. All the story updates to the game are free, assuming you're around when the update comes out. No gear treadmill. You won't feel left behind if you take a break. Ascended gear is only necessary if you decide to do the high-level fractals, which are the high-level dungeons. And there's multiple ways to acquire them. Huh, nice. So it's very user-friendly. Not unwieldy like Final Fantasy XIV sometimes can be. What classes do you play in Guild Wars 2? So can I buy steel ingots here? That is a question. I might not be able to buy steel ingots. But we'll look. Okay, we can't buy those here. So we'll try at the main area. I thought we could purchase them, but maybe not. And I don't remember if we have steel ore on our folks. Otherwise, I don't really feel like mining today. So we'll do a purchase on the market board. Keep the economy of Eorzea moving, you know. That's our whole goal. I mean, we're part of it. We're selling things. Keep that a vibrant marketplace. No steel ingot and no oak. Oak was the other one I was wondering about. All right. So, we need boar hide. We have plenty of alumen, so we just need one boar hide, which exists on Paulinana. Paulinana. And then go to carpenter, oak longbow. So we need the ash branches, which are in our saddlebag, linen yarn, which is on Jana Freya. Okay. So 2 ash branches, 1 linen yarn, and 1 boar hide. Okay. Ba-bum, ba-bum, bum, ba-bum, bum. Got an oak branch. Just 1, I believe we needed. Ash branches are in our retainer, or in our saddlebags. Boar hide from here. Every good RPG is all about navigating menus. Your main had been warrior for a long time in Guild Wars 2. However, you eventually leveled all the classes to max. Oh, wow. But you're mostly playing warrior, engineer, ranger, and thief. Gotcha. So is the combat more like WoW, where it's just everything's on a global cooldown, but it goes quickly? Or is it kind of like Final Fantasy XIV, where you have your global cooldown and off cooldown stuff that you're mixing between? Or is it something completely different from a combat perspective? And if you're sick of me peppering you with questions, just holler. Let's see. Where are we at with this? Ash branches. Let's use up... Yeah, let's use those up. Alright, so then we need oak lumber or oak logs. So let's search for oak. And I'm guessing we're going to need more of that eventually. So let's see what the price difference is. 401 for 70. 150, 295 for 89. Or if we're looking at about the same amount. Might be better to just buy the lumber, then we don't have to worry about synthesizing it. Alright, Weiss. Not Weiss, but Weiss. Oh, we need steel ingots too. And there's probably somewhere where I can actually buy steel ingots. I should look that up. We're going to have to search for the whole thing. Ingot. There we go. 300 for 33. Not bad. We'll take it. Still at 5.35 million kill. I'm happy with that. Alright, we should now be able to craft. Let's go... let's double check. So we need to make our boar leather first. And we got everything for that. Okay, I'm going to take a very quick break. I have to swap out laundry and use the phone for a second, so it might be a moment, but we will be right back. Okay, we are back. Sorry about that. Oh, all right. Let's get some crafting done. In the rain, no less. So let's make our leather. Oh, we gotta do that. Okay. Do our same old here and see if we can make this high quality leather. think we should be okay. We'll do this. Nice. So then, I don't know. So yeah, the combat in Guild Wars 2 is more WoW-based, you think, with action-based combat mixed in? Okay. I think I might need 2 crafting attempts. Nope, just 1. Oh well. Them's the breaks. Okay, so now we're set here. Get that back. So that's interesting. Have you ever played Phantasy Star Online 2, Baby Smell? I've always been curious about that one also, because it feels like it's different since it's a little bit more sci-fi infused than fantasy infused. And I know how for some maybe that's not the aesthetic they would want to play with this type of game. But I was curious if you've tried it and what your thoughts are on that. Since you are definitely a well-versed in MMOs. Much more so than I am, for sure. Let's do 2 more of these. Haven't played it and don't care for the aesthetic. Gotcha. I can see that. That makes sense. Because the combat seems quite a bit different in that. That one seems a lot more action-based and less kind of cooldown-based, but I'm not 100% sure. I've only vaguely seen little things here or there. Let's see how many synthesis attempts it's going to take us. So 2 more. So let's do this. I did finally off-stream streamline all of my hotbars. So that is good. So I have 1 more quality improvement, and then I have to synthesize out. Nice. Perfect. We did it. Alright, so... to Carpenter, then. And an Oak Longbow. Having 2 high-quality mats should help. 3%. Does Guild Wars 2 have, like, crafting? And how does that all work? Alright, we're not getting as lucky with... Okay, there we go. So we'll take one of these. Alright, we'll get some of that back. So that'll take us to 75, so that's good to do now. Go with more quality runs. Six, so 2 more. We have not gotten lucky on the quality procs. Do a hasty touch C here. Okay. So we need, at 5, we need to synthesize, so we technically have 2 more. So we might as well just do a hasty touch here. And then this, and that'll get us as close to 100% as we can get. And then we'll finish. Nice. We did it. So if I cared to try Guild Wars 2, I should know that the vanilla game is free, but with some limitations, like FF14's trial limitations. Gotcha. How harsh are the limitations? I definitely want to try it. I've also had the hankering to try Final Fantasy XI at some point, just to see what it's like. And I've also had a little bit of a compulsion to try WoW again. But there's still so much I want to do in this, and there's some other games that I want to play. You don't remember them being too bad? Okay. I can look into that too if I end up trying to jump into another MMO for a time being, just to give it a shot. So we are at Carpenter, and we are right here. So let's run in and talk to Beaton. I do have that longbow, Beaton. Can't use the trading post, the auction house? Ah, okay. So that's a little tricksy then. Is that something that you definitely need once you get to higher levels, kind of like you do in FF14, unless you really do a good job of leveling your crafting and stuff?
Marvelous, simply marvelous. Some carpenters claim that oak is ill-suited for use in longbows, and that other woods are far preferable. But I would say you've chosen your materials well. This particular specimen is both hard and elastic, and I see no reason to believe it will take a permanent bend. Of course, we have you to thank for that. The finest materials are nothing without a skilled craftsman to mold them. Indeed, this longbow is a testament to your ever-growing skills. Gerhard will approve. You may take it to him at the Adder's Nest.
Because in FF14 with the trial, you can use the market board, right? If I remember correctly. Like, the limitations in FF14 are you can't use, like, you can't be the leader of a party, and like, you can't have a link shell, I don't think. The problem is that you can't trade in Guild Wars 2 outside the trading post. Oh, there's still mail, though? You don't know if you can receive and send mail on a trial account. Gotcha.
Oh, Callista, do you have that longbow I requested? My word, I see my faith in you was not misplaced. I have a young archer under my command who will be thrilled to receive this. It's of critical importance that my squad keeps its weapons and armor in good shape. Our reconnaissance missions often require that we spend weeks in isolation, without any form of support. In fact, we leave for our next mission on the morrow. Unfortunately, this means I must once again postpone my visit to the guild. If Beaton complains, just give him a piece of quality lumber on my behalf. That should provide ample distraction. He's always been more passionate about his work than anything else. But I imagine you learned that long ago. Until we meet again, Callista.
Report to Beaton. You understand why they do it, of course? They have to combat bots somehow, yeah. Yeah, because if bots can get on with free accounts and do all that stuff, then they're just going to overwhelm the game.
Gerhard was satisfied then. Good. Another mission. I understand. We are both professionals with responsibilities that cannot be ignored. Even so, it always gives me cause for worry.
So I have a feeling that this other guy actually isn't Gerhard. He's pretending to be Gerhard to get things from Beaton.
I do not question his ability as a commander or as an archer, but irrational as it may be, forgive me. I am cursed with an overactive imagination. It is nothing, never mind. We shall speak again when next I have a commission for you.
Which will be right now. I think we're just going to wait till 40 on gear. We'll find out if that's wise to do or not right now. So we have a linen smock, which is quite a bit more of an upgrade. Looks like garbage, but... And then we have a linen deer stalker. So that would be blue again, too. Whoops.
Boarskin smithy's gloves.
They like that salmon color, don't they?
Memento Mori. Timbermaster Beaton is staring at you quite intently. Callista, you minx! If I didn't know better, I'd say Gerhard was smitten with you. He's given you another commission, this time for an oak composite bow. In case you were unaware, such a bow can only be wielded by a master archer, with years upon years of experience in the field. Don't you see, you are to craft a bow for Gerhard himself. You are to give this commission your undivided attention, Callista. While simply crafting an oak composite bow is no small feat, I will not permit you to present anything less than perfection. Have I made myself clear? Good. Now go.
So let's see if we have the stuff for that right now. Oak composite bow. Eldgoat horn. I think we have some of these. Yes. So we could make that right now and wrap this up while we're here. Let us do that. 1 Eldgoat horn. Nothing's high quality, so that might be a little rough here. But we'll do our best. Okay, that's going to help us. Alright, so. Into our quality rotation. Let's do one of these. Then we'll do 2 more qualities. Our touch actions. Let's do 1 synthesis to see how many we're going to need. 48. 96. 106. 116. 126. 130. Yeah, so I think 3 more we're going to need. It costs $30 for Path of Fire right now for basic. Okay, so that's the current expansion. So that's not a bad price either. Let's do a Master's Mend now. And we'll take some of that back. Do 1 more of these. 96. Yeah, so 1 more should complete it. So we'll do as much touch actions as we can. Muster. We've got 2 more here. Ooh, this is going to be rough. We need to get really lucky with a hasty touch. 74%. It's not 100%. Ah, yes, yes, yes. Perfect. It comes with the previous expansion's content as well as Living World Story, which is story updates to the game that bridge the gaps between expansions. How long has Guild Wars 2 been around? Has it been a decade yet? It's been a while, right? Or has it been longer than that? Since 2012. So yeah, so just about a decade.
Only perfection will suffice, Callista. You have it, then show me. Hand over. Memento Mori. Even experienced carpenters can find constructing a composite bow to be a daunting task, given the complexity of the design and the variety of materials required. But the resulting product is well worth the price. This union of wood, bone, and sinew possesses the power of a self-bow more than twice its size. This makes it ideal for archers who must travel with minimal supplies and cannot afford to carry heavier equipment. No matter how much I search, I cannot find a flaw with your craftsmanship. Your materials, your execution, it is all, for want of a better word, perfect. It comforts me to know that Gerhard will wield this formidable weapon. Deliver it to him with my blessings.
No, I don't think you did about crafting. Here we go again on my own. Gonna give Gerhard the only bow I've ever known. Bum-bum-bum-bum-bum.
Greetings, Callista. I believe you have a delivery for me. Now this is a fine bow worthy of the Bow Lord himself. The girl will be pleased. What's that? Beaton thought this was for me. Oh no, this is for another one of my archers. I have a perfectly serviceable bow which has served me for many years. Beaton ought to know he made it. Ah, those were the days. He, the young initiate, I, the aspiring serpent. He wasn't always so damn cocksure, you know. Back then he was full of doubts and questions. The maple longbow he made me might not look like much to you, but to me, it's the perfect weapon. I intend to use it until the day I die. Not that I intend to die anytime soon, of course. Now then, I believe I have a delivery of my own to make, if you'll excuse me, Callista.
That's so weird. Back to Beaton.
Durga Honey Thunder.
I love the mixes in Zinga Shek. The names people come up with, or whether they're just random names that the game comes up with, are great.
Welcome back, Callista. Was Gerhard well? What? He still uses that longbow I made as an initiate? I didn't think he kept it. But the Twin Adder Captain deserves a far finer weapon. I should offer to craft him a new one. Until the day I die. What nonsense! Surely that longbow is no more than a mangled stick at this point. If it were to break during battle, he would only have himself to blame. But I cannot stand idly by while he... No, I will give this no more thought. He is an experienced soldier. He will never be so reckless. Oh, I did not realize you were still here, Callista. You may go. I have nothing else for you today.
So I think we'll take the smock, and then we'll see what other colors we have for these other items from the other places. And we are now at level 43. So before we switch classes, let's throw on... We gotta have a new saw and a new hammer. And then let's throw this hammer into my inventory. And this saw into my inventory. And then we can throw this on. And we have some materia to slot at some point. Oops, inventory. That's where I wanted to go. So let's extract or retrieve our materia from here. And retrieve our materia from here. And then we'll desynth. Iron ingot. Just what I needed, more iron ingots. And desynth. Iron ingot. Okay. Alright, so first we'll go to our retainer. And then we'll go to the Leatherworkers Guild. So the crafting is pretty basic, though you can discover crafting recipes by putting stuff together. Your character can also level up by crafting. You pretty much gain experience through any means. Okay, so the crafting and battle experience all just rolls into your character experience. It's not separate for each thing. Ascended gear is also bound to account. You cannot buy and sell it in the trading post. Okay, so the only way to get ascended gear is to either make it or purchase. Maybe you can't even purchase it. You can only make it, I'm guessing. Right here. Okay, so I know she's got iron ingots on her. No high quality ones, though. And for now, just so that you can purchase it through other means from NPC vendors. Okay. There we go. Okay. So we're good there. Okay, so we shouldn't need the oak anymore. Oh, that's what I wanted to do, is go into my chocobo saddlebags and drop the oak lumber into here. Sort it out. Sort it out. Okay. So, now we can go to the Leatherworkers Guild. Or no. Yeah, Leatherworkers Guild. I was right. And this is the 35 quest, so we'll have one more leather workers quest then. What are your thoughts on, like, the dungeons and things like that? Do you enjoy the dungeon content? In Guild Wars 2 is much better than, or a little bit less than Final Fantasy XIV? Well, Callista, have you crafted for me the finest boarskin rig bands this guild has ever seen? No pressure, of course.
What do you know about pressure?
Those are fancy. I don't know how effective they'd be in actual combat, but... Huh, is that a smudge? Oh, one could hardly call this perfect. Fortunately, it is not perfection I sought of you, but pure, single-minded devotion to the craft. And for the moment I took this ringband in hand, I knew you had not let me down. Clearly you possess a keen understanding of the ideal ringband. The boarskin, light, sturdy, and resistant to friction, is reinforced by steel links to afford protection without weighing down the wearer. Clumsily crafted ringbands have been known to distract those that would wield magic. Yours, however, are so well balanced that one might forget that she is wearing anything at all. This is a true accomplishment of leatherworking, and will serve as a clarion wake-up call to any loafer content with churning out substandard work. I will be honest with you, Callista. When you first came stumbling through our doors, I reckoned I'd have an easier time making you into a saddle than a respectable leatherworker. How pleased I am to have proven you wrong. To have been proven wrong. You have risen to the challenge and become a model to the entire guild, which reminds me. I have spoken to you of the Gridanian exhibition, yes? The day of opening draws near, and I must devote myself fully to producing our new line of leather fashions. As this will afford me little time to devote to everyday affairs, I require someone to handle the more demanding commissions until the exhibition is come and gone. I've decided that you are the woman for the job. That's right, your next task will be to serve as my personal assistant. Don't even think about neglecting your training, is that clear? I guess. So we've got... Oh no, we're just taking the silver pieces on this one. For example, you can buy through the world versus world vendors for some gold, some currency that you can earn from that specific game type, and some marks that you craft. Okay. Alright, level 41 leather worker. We got a new one of these. Oops. Turn to inventory. And retrieve materia. And do a quick desynth. Hey, some demi-materia. Still haven't dabbled with that too much. Brand loyalty. A recent order has Guildmaster Jifa flustered. Hralgar, take me! Of all the times for this order to come in. Here, have a look, Callista. An order for a pair of boarskin smithy's gloves made by the Guildmaster herself using her famous Jiva patterns. To be delivered post-haste, no less. I'd bet a month's earrings that this oaf couldn't tell my handiwork from a Gabu's arse. But does that stop him from filing such a tactless order when I'm up to my very ears in work for the exhibition? Apparently not. Post-haste, I'd deliver a slap upside the head post-haste if it wouldn't have negative repercussions for the guild business. Oh, unfortunately, my new assistant has arrived. Why, you, of course, Callista. I did mention that I'd be delegating work to you while I focused on the exhibition, did I not? What about the customer's conditions, you say? Bah! He'll get a pair of gloves made by the famous Callista herself, and he'll like them just fine. Alright, boarskin smithy's gloves. Smithy's gloves. We got vintage. Here we go. We've got hippogriff sinew too. Alright, so we're good there. We just need to get some boar leather made out of our hides. So, back to our retainers. And this should be easy enough to accomplish. Knock on wood. Okay, so I believe Janna Freya has the boar hides. Nope. Paulina Nana has them. Okay. Oh, first, let's throw that and that over there. Here's our boar hides. And we need 2 of them because we need to make 2 leathers. And then we needed hippogriff sinew. Actually, yeah. We'll have a couple of high quality mats hopefully then at that point. And there was one thing I saw in here that I wanted to check out. There was a horn in here. Okay, no. I'm going to guess we don't have that anywhere else. Nope. Okay. All right. Let's synthesize some boar hides. Let's do a hasty touch, see if we can get lucky. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we've got 2 more of these. Let's actually do this. That might have actually not worked out in our favor, because an excellent with the standard touch may have actually gotten us to 100%. Sorry, still got high quality. That works. Here we go. Get that back right away. Let's chance it again here. Might be stupid. Hasty touch, come on. Luck is on our side currently. Yes, perfect. We're looking really good here. Because now we can do 3 full touch actions. Still could have done a 4th one, but we have to finish. Wow, we ended up lower quality. I guess I should have taken advantage of the good and excellent when I had it. So fractals, which are the main dungeons in the game that people play, are pretty entertaining. Can get very sweaty at the high-end levels. At the very high-end levels. As you go higher in the fractal levels, there are instabilities that added to the dungeon that change the way how you play the dungeon. Interesting. So, for example, one instability will decrease your character's size, which decreases your total health but increases your speed. Another one will have enemies from different dungeons periodically appear and attack you. Interesting. And so those instabilities vary from time to time that you go through the dungeon, or each dungeon would have a type of instability that could happen. That's a neat mechanic, though. Alright, now we're set. We've got our high-quality hippogriff sinew and our high-quality boar leather. We should be able to easily make high-quality smithy's gloves here. Famous last words, I know. Of course, we're not getting any condition boosts, which makes things much more difficult. Let's do another one. I'd like to get a... Nope. Master's Mend, is that going to give us a condition boost? Wow. We are on the struggle bus there. Oof, that's hurting us. Never once did our condition go up yet. So now we just have to farm for hasty touches and hope we get lucky. Yes, so we should do this. And then we'll do another one of these. Hopefully that gets us to 100%. 92%. One more is going to finish, so... Okay, there, we're good. Alright. Easy as that. Each level has its own combination of instabilities with a maximum of 3. Okay. And will all 3 for sure happen in each dungeon, or is it kind of flips between them different times you play it? Or can sometimes multiples of them happen at a time? Well, have you brought the work of the famous Callista? Sure have, biatch. Biznatch. A smithy's gloves must be sturdy enough to protect his hands from the fires of the forge. At the same time, they must be pliant enough so as not to hinder the precise movements needed to work fine steel. Crafted from boarskin, lightweight, tough, and resistant to friction, this pair of smithy's gloves represents the best of both worlds. The simple design allows the 5 fingers to move with full range of motion, the ideal handwear for any capable smith. Your work has admirably captured each of these essential points. I am happy to sign off on it. You may deliver it to Fen Yield Fineries without delay. What? The Jiva patterns? Do not worry yourself about such foolishness. Have I not told you that he will know no better? At any rate, off with you. Even a fool of a client is a valued customer. It depends on the instability. Some instabilities, like the decreased size one, are permanent effects throughout the level's duration, but the enemy's appearing happens randomly. Okay. Huh, that's neat. Oh. Oh no, that was the right way.
That was the right way. Sooted blacksmith. My very pair of custom-made smithy's gloves, made by the famous Guildmaster Jiva to boot, are set to arrive from the Leatherworkers Guild any moment now. I can hardly wait to try them on. A delivery for me, you say? Oh, do hand it over, and quickly if you would. Now, what have we? Hoglets to hornets and Biogots, my uncle. If this isn't the finest, most comfortable pair of gloves I've ever laid hands on. And to think they are the... what's that you say? Yes. Well, what's that you say? These gloves are not the work of Jiva? Why, I'd never... I could just... I couldn't give 2 shites about that. Friend, I don't know a damn thing about you leatherworkers and your patterns. A fellow smith assured me that Jiva's gloves were of peerless quality, and that was enough for me. I placed my order that same day, sight unseen. And I'm glad I did, for you have brought me the most comfortable pair of smithy's gloves I've ever had the pleasure to own. You and the Guildmaster have my utmost gratitude.
Guy was happy.
Happy to get his smithy's gloves.
Alright, so at this point, we will be done with Gridania quests. Another satisfied customer, yes? I told you that you worried for naught, Callista. Oh, I suppose you're still curious about those Jiva patterns, aren't you? Allow me to explain. Some years ago, Gridanians took quite a fancy to a toadskin bag of my design. So popular were the bags that they quickly sold out, driving prices up to a premium. What do you suppose happened next? Greedy artisans sought to cash in on my success. Toads were hunted nigh to extinction, and a host of imitation bags flooded the market. I was devastated, as a proud leather worker and lover of nature both. But what could I do? For weeks, months I struggled, yet felt powerless against the forces of greed. That's when it struck me. Even if I could not stop others from copying my creations, I could at least ensure that their work was not needlessly destructive. I swore a vow that the next line of Jiva toadskin bags would be made with an eye towards economy,
and that the patterns used to craft these wares would enable inexperienced leatherworkers to reproduce my designs with minimal waste. Do you see now, Callista? Artisans worthy of the Fen'Yil name do not need to rely on Jiva patterns. They already respect the natural world to which we owe our livelihood. This is something that cannot be taught, yet it has clearly awakened within you, which is why I did not hesitate to entrust you with this task, and why you can expect many more to come. Alright, we got a new all. So we've got Sky Blue again. Mesa Red. That's not bad. I think we'll take those. And level 42 to boot. So let's see here. We can swap this out. And then we can swap this out. And then our gloves. Doesn't really match, but then again, pink wouldn't have matched either. Alright, so we're set with Leatherworker now. And then, so yeah, Carpenter's at 43, Leatherworker's at 42. So they're not all on the same level, but that's okay. That is all okay. So then I guess we'll just work our way up. So we'll do one of the Ul'dah ones next. Weaver, Alchemist, or Blacksmith. Let's do Weaver next. So since we're at level 40, we actually can swap over to the other one already. Or is it level 41? Maybe it is. Yes, it is. Level 41. So we can't yet. Okay, perfect. There's a challenge mode you can do in Fractals, which makes things even harder. Okay, so is that like kind of comparable to the hard versions of Final Fantasy XIV dungeons? Or is it the same one, it's just the enemies have more HP, are stronger, and so on and so forth? Alright, so we can't do either of those yet. Alright, that's fine. So let's take care of this. Retrieve materia. And then do a desynth. You lumber, nice. I don't have any other U lumber. I've just been buying it as needed, so that'll be helpful for something, I'm sure. Not familiar with the challenge modes. Okay, that's fine. I'm super happy with all the information though, because I've been curious about the other MMOs for a long time, and it's been so long since I played WoW. It'll be like playing a new game. Honestly, if I play that. There was, I thought, one other thing. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to do quick. Let's go back down to Leatherworker. I don't know that I swapped this out. Okay, so it's recommending me those because of the extra materia on them. Which I will get some materia slotted into these eventually. Once I level everything up. And we'll get all of our materia back and we'll see what materia we can slot into them. Okay, so we are set then. Goldsmith. Nope. Weaver first. We'll do Weaver, Goldsmith, and then Alchemist, I think, is the order we'll go. And Ul'dah, Steps of Nald. It'd be cheaper if we went to the Goblet in there, but whatever. Whatever. No need for excess loading screens. So is there any of them that are more new player friendly? WoW or Guild Wars 2? Oh, why don't we just jump to the Weaver's Guild right away?
Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. And if I remember correctly, I think the level cap in Guild Wars 2 is also 80. And then I think the level cap now, since they did the scrunch in WoW, is 60, right? Straight ahead.
Straight ahead. Redolent Rose. Designed by committee. Redolent Rose has received another commission from a regular customer. Greetings, Callista. If you've the time to spare, there is a task I would like to assign you. Wawaruka has requested your services once more. It seems his previous attempt to woo Kokomo met with disastrous results, as I predicted. It would be best if he told you the rest. Now run along. You know where to find him.
Is he close? I can't remember. Yeah, relatively. Dun, dun, dun. Lurking Leech. Not the most flattering of names. Lurking Leech. Wawaruka. You think both are pretty newbie friendly? Okay. Bum, ba, ba, bum, bum, bum. Hey there, Callista. So what did Big Rose tell you? That the brass blades chased me all over town? Well, it wasn't that bad, but Kokomo's pa did run me off, calling me a disgusting pervert and whatnot. But I ain't giving up on her that easily. No, sir. She's something else, my darling Kokomo. See, one day I was making a delivery to Baba Wai's shop when these two boys walk in and start hassling the customers and staff. So I confront the youngins, and it gets a little heated. Long story short, I have to make them leave. I'm a little roughed up at this point, as you might expect. Then here comes Kokomo, all grace and splendor, thanking me for what I'd done. And when our eyes meet, I suddenly realize that I can't hear a word she's saying because my heart's pounding harder and fiercer than hammers. Till then, she was just a nice young girl helping her father. But then she had to go and look at me like that, and I wanted to say something, but my words left me that day. But I can do it, Callista. I just need to do it properly, like a gentleman. After talking with me mates in the bar, I'm thinking a more conservative approach is in order. If I wore, say, a quality linen shirt, it would show that I'm a responsible, respectable man. I'll meet you at the guild for the fitting as usual, right? Alright. Do we have all the things? Linen shirt. Um, 18 of those. No linen, but we have 18 yarn, so we can make some undyed linen here. Do we just need one or two? One. Okay. Oh, we don't have them on me. It might make the most sense to grab all of the quests first. So let's do that. So Goldsmith. Dun 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 dun. Serendipity. Dippity doodah. Mammoth's on fire. Oh wow. It sounds like Gigi's not doing too well. Serendipity is quite pleased to see you. I've been waiting for you, Callista. You remember Rorotan, the merchant from whom you made those exquisite earrings? He paid a visit not long ago, hoping to find you present. In fact, he was positively heartbroken that he couldn't speak with you in person. Ah, it's hard to believe. He was once so furious with us. It's as if that unfortunate incident never happened at all. But returning to the matter at hand, Rorotan has commissioned you to craft a firebrand, one of peerless quality, of course. When you've finished, I must insist that I evaluate your work. It's not that I don't trust your craftsmanship, but Rorotan is an important client, to say the least. So now we need a firebrand. Holy, lots of things here. Alright, we have old goat horns. I wonder if we have what we can make with that, though. Silver ingots. So we don't have silver ingots. And we don't have silver ore. So that'll be the problem here. I'm going to start making my list here. So we need 1 silver ingot. Actually, this is the easiest way to look at all this stuff. I got to remember to do that. Or 3 silver ore. Looks like we don't have fire rocks at all. So we need 1 eye of fire, or 1 fire rock. And then just the elk goat horns. Okay. So you haven't really mentioned the content that happens in the open world. There's actually a lot of world bosses and events that occur throughout the world. They're nothing like raids or high-end fractals in terms of difficulty, but they can actually be failed at. Okay. So are those comparable to, like, Fates in Final Fantasy XIV, or a little bit different? So fire rock or silver ore. Let's see if we're lucky enough to have some of this here from the supplier. Probably not. Yeah. At this point, all this stuff's too high level to be able to just get lucky and buy it, I'm guessing. Alright, so that's that stuff. So then now we'll do Alchemist. They can get really big in scope. Events that span the entire map. Oh, that's cool. That's pretty neat. That sounds... so they can take a little bit of time to finish. Kind of like some of the fates in... that end in, like, big... like, boss battle fates. That, like, you have to do, like, 2 or 3 fates in a row to proc that. But it seems like even a little bit more different than that. That's fun. Severian. Guildmaster Severian wishes to assign you a minor task. Cease and assist. I like that.
Eagerly have I awaited your return, my able assistant. Does your chest not ache with the intake of every excited breath? Do you not tremble in joyous anticipation as your hand reaches forth, seeking to nudge open the door into the realm of alchemy's most sought-after secrets? You do? Well, try to ignore that feeling for now. Before we can fully commit ourselves to our research, there remains a few irksome details that must first be addressed. As ever, I speak of these unending orders from the guild. Brew this potion, concoct that elixir. Ugh, surely you must grow as weary as I of these constant demands on our precious time. We must be allowed to concentrate. I have an idea to end these nibbling distractions, and it involves you. March over to Dietrich's desk and petition for a complete cessation of these interruptions. I'd handle it myself, but I fear the man's become unheedful of my words.
Maybe to some extent I'm interested in PvP. But typically... I don't know. I haven't ever really dabbled with PvP in an MMO, so I really don't know if I get into it much or not. It always feels so intimidating, right? It's intimidating enough to feel like you have to perform well enough in a dungeon so that the group doesn't fail, or that you're not constantly being rezzed or whatever. But then in PvP, there's like that extra level of other people's scores and other people's abilities to proceed in, like, the ladders or the rankings or whatever kind of depend upon you to be successful. And that's, like, a bit more unnerving to me and worrying to me. So if it's, like, pretty, like, hardcore PvP, I don't know that I'd get into it because I'd feel like I'm bringing the team down. So kind of like the difference between, like, an Overwatch playing like the just regular Overwatch random open play is fine, because I mean, people are leveling up and stuff like that, but they're mostly going to level up based upon how well they do anyway. But actually going into the competitive mode just feels toxic, and I don't feel like I'm ever going to be good enough. Or even if I am good enough, people are always going to critique every single little bit. World versus World would be a good place to start for me then. Instead of allowing PvP to be on.
Huh. Master Severian demands to be spared from any further official guild duties. I am a simple receptionist. How can I possibly deflect the expectations of our senior members? His obsessive research is wearing thin, the patience of both colleagues and clients alike. I fear if we do not restore at least a modicum of goodwill, his attempts to redirect tasks will be met with the staunchest of opposition. I doubt our guildmaster realizes the precarious state he finds himself in. It is only his substantial skill in alchemy that convinces others to tolerate his growing eccentricity. That said, many would gladly trade that skill if it would return him to his former, somewhat less manic self. Nay, 'twas not always like this. But ever since the calamity robbed him of his one true love, I have witnessed him transform into this feverish madman, desperately racing through experiment after experiment. I delve into areas best left unexplored. We should return to the topic at hand. Of the various orders the guild needs met, the one of highest priority is a request for a vial of high ether, commissioned by one of our more valued patrons. I would suggest you lend your focus to this particular assignment and create an uncommonly potent sample for delivery. Perhaps then it would be enough to both satisfy the patron and allow enough forbearance to free the guildmaster of other tasks. I hesitate to encourage this kind of behavior, of course, but I realize that Master Severian's work means to him, and I would be grateful if you could keep an eye on him. I fear for his well-being, and you are the closest thing he has to a friend.
Alright, so speak with Severian, and he'll say make the high ether then. Gods damn them.
Well, did you browbeat that Dietrich fellow into submission? Ah, a conditional surrender. I suppose a single vial of high ether is a small price to pay, but let it not be said that my assistant fails to deliver. You will need to employ advanced and somewhat involved alchemical techniques to produce the elevated quality of high ether required. Best you begin at once.
Vial of high ether. Do we have what we need to make it?
Blackfire sand.
High ether. Oh shit, yeah, we're not gonna have most of this stuff. Actually, we might have matrons. We had matrons mistletoe at one point. We do not have mandrake. Are we out of... Oh yes, because I used all of my distilled water to make to make plaster or mortar and sell that. Could also play on ranked PvP where people don't care as much. Yeah, I am interested to see what the new FF14 PvP stuff is that they were talking about, which sounded like it was going to be maybe a little bit more casual type of PvP. That would maybe be a decent entry point into PvP in FF14 for me. Sapphire Avenue Exchange. We have goods to procure for these 3 quests. Alright, so for this one we need everything. So this was Firebrand. Just making a couple of notes. Then we got high ether. We need 1 distilled water, which could be from 1 muddy water. And I think we're going to need a lot of distilled water, so if we buy some, we could buy a huge chunk of them. Then we just need Matron's Mistletoe and 1 Mandrake. So the question with... Whoa, 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 whoa. So do we need these for lots of other messages? Or just high potions? Okay, so we don't need much of that. Paralyzing potion. So we really don't need a lot of mandrake either. Weaver then. We needed to make a linen shirt. Of which we have all the materials for that. So we just need to make this stuff. Okay. So. And maybe I should check. We'll check quick here. Pretty sure silver can't be bought anywhere. Yeah. Nope. Eye of Fire. See, it's frustrating because like the information is on the Eorzea database. So it'd be nice if they just had an ability to look up some of this stuff, whether you could purchase it or not. Actually, in the game, I know they want you to go and gather it. Distilled water. Okay, this stuff we can buy. Distilled water. From Limsa or Gridania. So we could go buy distilled water from somewhere, which will probably be cheaper than the market board then. Matron's Mistletoe. Nope. And then we've got Mandrake. Mandrake! Nope. Okay, so let's travel to Limsa quick then, and then we'll come back. I think Ingarand, if I remember correctly... Either Ingarand... I think Ingarand might be down here. Oh, we gotta let people... Yep, right here. Perfect. Distilled water. Do we need 99 of them? Probably not. Let's just go with... Let's go with 20. Okay, we got it. Alright, so now we can go back to... Well, we could do all of our crafting here then, since we got the market board and everything. So I don't know if we ever followed up. What were your thoughts on the 5.5 content, Baby Smell? Did you enjoy it? So we're good there. Alright, so let's track down silver ingots. Silver ingestion. Probably not a good plan. Not cheap. Yeah. Price of doing business efficiently. Eye of Fire. Oh, it's an Eye of Fire. Wow. Well, I don't need this many of them. I guess I pay a premium just for one that's high quality. Let's hold on a second. Let's see how much a fire rock is. We could just make an Eye of Fire. I don't know that I've made one yet, so that'll be good to mark one off the completion log too. Oh, there's only one for sale. A batch of 57. I don't need that many. Alright. I guess one for 3,500 it is. Okay, so that's everything for the firebrand. Matron's mistletoe. Matron. I'm gonna guess there's not a lot that start with matron. Yep. 6 for 1897. We'll just do the 1 for 1900. Wow, I should see where those can be gathered from. Holy crap. And we got a mandrake. Those might be worth looking up. Drake. The rapper. Okay, those are cheap. We only need one, so we'll just get one. Alright, so we have one slot remaining in my inventory. I am alchemist here first, so we'll make the high ether first. And everything needs to be high quality. So. Alright. Time to synthesize. Okay. You honestly didn't do much of the PvP, you just did the story and then you started doing crafting? Gotcha. Oh, no. The 5.5 content. Gotcha. Did you do the diamond weapon fight? The little bits and pieces of it that I saw looked cool, but from what I've heard from like the hardcore people is they thought it was too easy. Okay, perfect. And we'll do... Let's do one synthesis here. 52. So 2 more we need to do. Do 2 touch actions. And then we'll do... Oh, these 2 are screwed up, aren't they? Okay. We gotta flip-flop those 2 around. We might as well get more of this back. Alright, and we'll see if we can get a condition increase. Nice, perfect. So we only have... So, okay, so the last 2 are going to be basic touch, then standard touch, and then our basic synthesis. Alright, let's hope we don't fall into that 8%. Good. That worked. Alright, so... Go goldsmith next here. And... Oh, we need an owl goat horn. Oh, it's in our saddlebag, though. Hey, Sorry. I don't know why that amused me as much as it did, but it did. There we go. Oh, your eye is on fire. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. We'll do that right away. Okay, into the touches. No touching. High quality or bust. Hopefully we get high quality, because otherwise it's going to be an expensive one to remake. That is for sure. Alright, so let's do synthesis to see where we're at. So 2 more. See if we can't get a condition increase here. Alright, we have not gotten very lucky with triggering tricks of the trade. Or if we have, I've missed it. Alright, so we'll do another synthesis and hope we get lucky there. Alright, so at 5 we have to do a basic synthesis. So we farm to try to increase condition. with our hasty touches. Huh. Well, we're getting lucky with that at least. Holy shit, we've gotten extremely lucky with that. Pardon my French. 100%, yeah! By the way, something you forgot to mention in Guild Wars 2 is that just about any class can perform just about any role, which is dependent on your traits and gear attributes. Interesting. Tanking is weird in the game because aggro works differently depending upon the enemy. Huh. So tanking's a little bit more complicated because of that. You have to know how best to tank each of the enemies. Alright, well that went well. So now to Weaver. First, we'll pop back into here and let's fix our action bar. There we go. Now it's the same as everybody else. Now to Weaver. Okay, so first we need... Whoa! We need to make... Is it just one again? Linen shirt. We need one undyed linen. So just one. Oh, but our yarn is on Janna Freya, I think. Yep. So let's get our yarn back. We need 3 of them. There it is. Trying to find the summoning bell. So that's neat. So that's how it ends up being malleable, like Final Fantasy XIV is, where the same character can be all the classes. In this, all the classes can perform all the roles. Some might be a little bit better than others. Anyone can res anyone. It just requires time and having to remain still for several seconds. Though you can res someone faster if you have multiple people doing it. Oh, that's a neat way around it too. So as long as someone's doing a good enough job tanking, you could have the other people in the party try to res the person that's down. I went to the wrong person. Not many sales today. Interest withdraw. 3 linen yarn. Here we go. There we go. And then we should go on to Paulina and drop that over there at least. Oh, yeah, don't throw away the stuff that we need for our quest. I've got this one rock salt that it's high quality. Let's see here. Yeah, I might just drop it and put it on the saddlebag then. You say I should give Guild Wars 2 a chance and it's super cheap? Yeah, I'll have to think about that. Maybe something to mess around with a little bit later in the summer. And before I pick it up, I'll let you know. And then I can pop onto the same server that you're on. And then maybe we could mess around and do some quests together or something like that. Okay, now I just got to make the stuff. Plop back into our crafting corner here. Alright. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, let's get that back. You believe it's like WoW? Oh, where all the servers can play together? Okay. You just have to party up, and once you partied up, you instance into everything? Okay, well, that's good to know. Don't necessarily know that I need this cloth to be high quality, but every little bit helps. Okay. So it should only take 1 synthesis to complete. If not, I'm hosed. And then we'll need to buy more yarn. I know, we'll just need to get more yarn. We got more on the retainer. Alright, 1 more. We'll get as high as we can. 21%. Not a huge chance. Just regular. It'd be really hard to make a linen shirt on just that little thing. An entire shirt. Server only matters for world versus world. Okay. Alright, here we go. Let's get some back. And then back into our touches. Good touch. Another good touch. And then we'll do Master's Mend. Let's do a synthesis action. Okay, so it's 2 more. Or actually, no. 56. 112, yep. So let's see if we can't do 1 more synthesis and get an increase in condition. Nope. Alright, so now we have to... Oh, we are not having as much luck with hasty touch here. That helped. Okay. Hopefully this is going to be high enough. 76. Ooh, I don't know. Get lucky. Oh, thank you. Oh, we got lucky. I probably shouldn't have sorted. All right. Main Aetherites here. All right. Which one first? We're Weaver right now, so we might as well do Weaver first. Oh, we got to go back to Ul'dah first here. Wah 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 wah. Good song. Yeah, I had a couple of friends that were playing WoW recently. So, like, November, when the expansion came out. I think they've both dropped off of it now that they got leveled up to max and did most of the things. Alright, now we can go to the Weaver's Guild. Now we're in the same spot as that. The Steps of Thal. Binga ba binga da binga da binga da bing. So, give it to him, then we have to find Wawaruka again and send him off on his way. Redolent Rose is a busy guy.
Have you made your client's shirt yet? He seems quite eager to try it on.
Here you go.
Well, I think we can all agree this is a far more appropriate than a leather harness. Core! This is perfect! I never knew fancy clothes could be so comfortable.
Whoa! You could use a little chest here, Waruka.
Sir, could you please explain how you chose those other garments?
Well, the hat belongs to a goldsmith, I know, since it makes me look smarter and whatnot.
He has to be doing a jig.
The subligar is courtesy of another miner. He reckons that us men what work in the mines ought to flaunt our chiseled bodies, like this, and that trousers are overrated. The gauntlets and boots are best-selling wares at me armorer's friend's shop. Bit gaudy if you ask me, but everyone else thinks them fashionable. Who am I to tell them different?
Impressive, ain't it? You don't have to tell me. I could see you think the same.
Gods, I've been such a fool. I should have asked me mates for advice from the start. This is not going to go well.
But, sir, I say, sir! How can he be so blind? It's absolutely, totally, and in all other ways inconceivable. He's hopeless. Utterly hopeless.
Oh, his exasperation's great, too.
Beg your pardon, I don't know what came over me, if you'll excuse me.
Alright, just the silver pieces. That was great, and then he's doing the little jig. Oh, it's so perfect. Did I get a new one of these? Yes, I did. Alright, we can just retrieve the materia here. And then we can desynth from here. That's a lot better way than the roundabout way of throwing into our inventory and everything. Hey, another silver ingot. How you like that? And then we can do this. Ba, ba, ba. And these. Dun 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 dun. Ba da bum bum. Bum bum ba 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 ba. And this one, this time, whoop, we're gonna get a new spinning wheel.
A subtle inquiry. Redolent Rose has a commission for you as well as a private request.
So this time, Midnight Blue, that might not be bad. Yeah, that's not a bad color for that. Oh, there's different colors of the... I think the pink is a little bit better than the color we have. We might steal another one of these at some point.
Oh, Callista, good of you to come. We have an opportunity to help that fool of a minor Wawaruka, but it will require some discretion. The guild has received another commission from Kokomo, that is to say, from her father most likely. Now, while I obviously expect you to craft her high-quality garments that meet our exceptionally high standards, there is one more thing that I would have you do. When you meet with Kokomo at the Gold Court, I would have you subtly direct the conversation to the topic of Wawaruka. Try and discern what she thinks of the man.
Righto, righto.
The Great Serpent of Ronka.
Run straight ahead. Is he going to be standing here staring at her again? Nope. Okay. He must have to work today. Oh, she's alone.
Hello. I believe we met once before. Callista, was it? Thank you for coming. I'm sure you must be terribly busy with your many commissions. Excuse me. Did you say Wawaruka? He's one of your clients? What a coincidence. He visited the shop the other day. You should have seen Father's face when he chased him away. Thankfully, he didn't recognize him. Whatever possessed him to wear such a ridiculous outfit? It's a shame, really. It feels like he hasn't visited in forever. I would have liked to have spoken with him. Yes, the commission. I am in need of a pair of quality woolen tights. I should meet you at the guild for the fitting, correct? Then until we meet again, Callista.
Wool tights, huh? Woolen tights. Woolen tights. Well, first off, I guess, let's look and see. We have woolen yarn. We do have some fleece. Okay, that's good. Maybe it's over here, huh? Woolen tights, yes. So 1 woolen yarn and 2 undyed woolen cloths. Okay. That's actually doable with what we have on our retainer. So that is good. Should be an easy one. So next, let's turn in our goldsmith. The nearest... Okay, we're actually kind of close to the Goldsmiths Guild. Woo! Serendipity. Is the firebrand ready, Callista? Whoa, there you go. All right, Gigi. I know this is your first evaluation in a long while, but I'm sure you can handle it. The firebrand is pretty cool looking. Yeah, Gigi. Firebrand, burn, burn, make it burn them! Gigi is the one true lord of the Inferno! Mwahaha! No, Gigi, no! What did I tell you? No fires! Please forgive him, Callista. I might have knocked something loose when performing maintenance earlier. But I'm certain it's nothing important, really. Other than the occasional outburst, he's really been relatively stable. Well, for Gigi, anyway. Ah, yes, the scepter. I must say that you've once again done a marvelous job. I'm particularly impressed by how well you set the Eye of Fire in the scepter. This gemstone is the focal point of the design, both aesthetically and practically speaking. It is what allows a thaumaturge to channel the ethereal energies within. And it's what transforms the piece from common instrument of death into stunning work of art. Any veteran thaumaturge would doubtless be satisfied by both the quality and efficacy of this firebrand. I just know Rorotan will be happy to receive it. I say we give him the gift that keeps on giving! I say we give him the gift of fire! This is like... He's like Beavis and Butthead, but a mammoth. Gigi, there will be absolutely no gift giving on my watch. Have I made myself clear? You can leave the rest to me, Callista. I'll see that Rorotan receives your firebrand, and nothing else. Silver pieces. Giving me the silver pieces. I have a feeling he's still going to get lit on fire. Alright, so we can at least put this new thing on. Yeah, so since my other one's high quality, it's actually still better than the one that I got. That's kind of funny. So we'll just desynth the new one. Steel rivets. Rivet. Rivet, rivet. I'm holding on to that cobalt hatchet for my retainer, as well as the horn fishing rod. They'll both be probably high enough level to take each of them pretty soon here. I probably should move it to their inventories so I hold on to it, but... Okay. So let's grab the next quest then, since we're not 41 to put the other things on. The Horns of Green. What do we got here? Ice Blue, Bone White, Mud Green. Mud Green's probably ugly. Yeah, that's not great. Not great. The Horns of Green. Serendipity has another commission for you. Good to see you again. You'll be pleased to know that Gigi is completely back to normal. Of course he is. You always say that and then he's not. Why, when Rorotan was here not too long ago, he had only to contend with Gigi's traditional repertoire of insults. You know what I mean, I'm sure. That Rorotan was a hopeless fool, that he was completely devoid of artistic sensibilities, that he smelt of Roland berries, that sort of thing. Oh, don't get me wrong, it was still terribly distressing. But at least there was no more talk of fires. Anyway, as for why Rorotan was here in the first place, he wished to commission you once more, this time for a horned staff. It goes without saying that he desires a staff of the highest quality, so please bear that in mind before you present your work to me for the inspection. Good luck. I love how it goes without saying, yet they say it every time. Every time. Okay, we need the horn. The horn. Horn. Horn staff. How can I not find a horn staff? Unless it's in... Oh, there it is. Oh, we need another Eye of Fire. I should have known. I think we have wolf fangs, though. And we definitely have an old goat horn still. So we just need another one of these Eyes of Fire. Which aren't cheap, that's for sure. Okay. Alchemist, then. Let's see if we can help out Severian with this high ether. And then we'll be on to the level 40 quests here. Alchemist Guild. Efficiency, that's what we're at. We're at efficiency here. Severian the Guildmaster. How does your work progress? Have you succeeded in concocting that remarkably efficacious high ether? Yes! Rejoice, my impressively adept assistant, for you have forged the key to our freedom. Who could not be moved by such a masterful example of mana-restoring splendor? Mayhap your post-assistant career lies in the manufacture of this wonderful substance. You would, I suspect, need to purchase coffers that they might overflow with coin. Even among alchemy's more incredible inventions, the manufacture of ether stands out as a singularly profitable venture. It is an innovation that changed the face of battle. Mages were no longer limited by their natural reserves of etheric energy. A few swallows of alchemical brilliance and a sorcerer could fuel another barrage of spells. It cannot, of course, sustain their powers indefinitely. As we have already discussed, any potion taken in excess becomes the equivalent of poison. Oh dear, was I lecturing again? Is it difficult to contain my passion for alchemy, with the goal of my labors looming so close on the horizon? It is, he started with. You have accomplished a minor miracle today, my dear assistant. With all obstructions to our research thus adroitly removed, let us move on to the final stage of experiments. Bum, 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 bum. Alright, level 40. And it feels so good. Alright, so we have a linen grape one. I think that would go with the gray. Okay, so I think it'll be that one then. I don't think we go with the pink one. It's not a bad color. I don't think it's a bad color, but... Might made right. Guildmaster Severian appears beside himself with excitement. I went too fast. Where have you been, my tardy assistant? I feared I would have to begin applauding myself. Did you bring the wine to toast this momentous occasion? No? Well, no matter. Let us not waste time with such extraneous celebrations. The ecstatic rush of triumph within my breast has me sufficiently intoxicated, for I have at long last unlocked the secrets of the ultimate expression of alchemy. After countless hours of research and experiments, too numerous to mention, I finally hold in my hand the exact recipe required to effect my heart's desire. Come, my astute apprentice, together we shall swing wide the gates of alchemical history. You will aid me by concocting a share of the necessary ingredients. Your task entails the creation of 3 high potions of strength, and as you might have most likely deduced, they should be brews of extraordinary potency. While you are mixing those vials of vigor, I will be occupied with my own preparations. There is much work to be done for the both of us. Alright, high potions of strength. Let's see if we're lucky enough to have everything for that. Oh, wow. High potion of intelligent strength. Hey, we've got the 1 rock salt for that. Do we have a blue Yarzen leg? Yes. I do not think we have a gill bun, though. So we'll have to try to track one of those down. East Shroud is where we could gather it. Well, hopefully there's some of those on the market board and they're not too expensive. Alright, so back out to the Sapphire Avenue Exchange to get stuff off of our retainers and do our crafting.
And I have to take another quick break. We'll be right back. All right, back.
Okay, so we need a gill bun. Potion of strength. Thank you. 1 gill bun. So then Weaver, woolen tights, we have everything. So then it's goldsmith, we need horn staff. 1 eye of fire again. And that's it. Okay, so limited stuff that we have to buy this time, actually, which is nice. Then we just got to get the rest of the crap off of our retainers. Eye of Fire. Ooh, these are much more expensive now. Yikes. I guess that's what we're doing. Let's see here. And then a gill bun. These are much cheaper. Also get a lot of them for 5 for 180. 0 slots remaining, which means we need to do this. Okay, we have like a materia, crystal withdraw items that we can put over there. Let's sort everything. Yeah, we've got all this dark matter. I really shouldn't be holding this on myself. I should make room on my saddlebags probably for that. But then I have to swap everything in and out. It might just be more worth it to... actually just pay to repair stuff instead of doing that. I'm going to use the rock salt, so that is good. Oh, this is on somebody. I think it's on raw bun here. For the most part, I have like 3 slots left in this one. Oops. Janet Freya must have the other ones. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to just do like a full-on purge of some things at some point in the near future. See what I really don't need anymore. So like a lot of this retainer stuff is like gear. I really need to filter through this, see what I don't need anymore, desynth a bunch of things probably. Because I can always, now that my crafters are going to be high enough level, can always just make shit for people. So that's probably going to be the best bet for me to do to get out of inventory jail here. I was doing well. Now that I'm doing all this crafting, though, and gathering, stuff piles up a little bit. Let's see. And I got some of this fish, too, that I really don't need all of it anymore, probably. I could desynth probably a few of those, because they don't really sell for much on the market board. I was going to see, okay, those I had room for. None of those ingots. Pretty sure none of this lumber will fit there. And I could probably lower quality of some of these things. The cotton bowl, I don't know that I'd really use anymore. There we go. Okay, so let's see here. I needed... I honestly forgot what I needed now at this point. 90% of that junk that I stored is useless. Yeah, I'm pretty sure too. Okay. Blue Yarzan leg. Paulinana has those. Oh, am I out of... Oh, I don't have any wool. Oh, actually, I do. I just have to go to the recipe tree. Fleece, yep. So I have to get the fleece off of Jennifer. Okay. And then... Whoops. I need a wolf fang off of... out of saddlebags, and the elk goat horn is in saddlebags too. Okay. Fleece. Let's take all of the fleece, and then at the same time we'll throw the maple sap over here. And then she had the blue Yarzan leg was over here on Paulina Nana. So we got that. We got the fleece, we got the blue Yarzan leg. Then the horns and stuff are all in my saddlebags. So, do I have everything for the alchemist? Yes, I do. So let's make this first. This will clear up 2 inventory slots. Well, 1, because we'll fill it with this. Synthesize. Alright, well, we're not proccing our condition increase yet. So that is a little worrying. Let's see. We can just do this right away. There we go. Finally. Okay. So we'll do this. And then this. We'll do another synthesis. Oh, that's going to be too much. Shit. Well, good thing I have one more blue Yarzan leg. Can I desynth those? Bad at calculating. No, I can't. Alright. Well, that was a botch job. Alright, saddlebags. We need another... God dang it. Can't believe I botched that bad. We need our last blue Yarzan leg. So I have to get this one right, otherwise I'm hosed. Because I only have one more of these left. And then... yeah, you take the fish meal, huh? Alright, let's try this again. Alright, So, start off the same as before. We might have to get into Venerate and Innovation here. Let's waste half a step on the Innovation. And see if we can make some good strides to start with here. Okay. So now we can do a synthesis action. Now that all those things are done. Gonna go play something? Yeah, probably at some point. It might be a little bit down the line. Sometime a little bit later this summer. But yeah, I'm definitely thinking about it. Have a good rest of your night, baby Smell. And if I don't see you this weekend, have a good weekend. Take care. Thanks for stopping by. It was fun chatting as always. So we'll do a Master's Bend. I will. You take care of yourself as well. Let's see. Okay, that was helpful. So now we can do 2 touch actions again. Alright, we made it to 47%. We have to do Hasty Touch now. Hopefully we can keep getting lucky with that. Okay, well we got that back at least. We just need one more, so we have 2 more shots at this. 80%. 91%. Let's hope we can do it with that. Yes! Okay, we did it. We survived. Okay, good. So let's see here. Let's go to my saddlebags. So saddlebags are full. Both those retainers are full. Alright, so next then we can go to the Horn Staff. Yes, we have the room for that. So to our saddlebags. We need the Eldgoat Horn again. And, was it the Wolf Fangs? Yes. So we'll use up those other 2 high-quality ones that we have. So let's do this. Remove from saddlebag 2. And then what I'm going to... Oh, I can't lower the quality here. Alright, we'll leave that as is for now. Okay, so now we're set to make that. Well, this one should be significantly easier with all of the high quality materials I have. So here's hoping I don't botch it like the last one. We need to make sure we do the progress math so we don't finish too soon. Let's see. Yeah, let's actually make progress with the excellent. Let's do another 2 of those. 28%, that's good. Condition was good also, so that's nice. Let's do a synthesis and see how much we have. Okay, so we'll have 92, 102, 112, 122, 132. Yep, so we'll have three more synthesis actions that we have to do yet. So let's just use that good condition to get more of a quality boost. All right. So now we have to do Master's Mend. One more of these should do it. Oh, maybe not. So we'll do a couple synthesis actions. to see if we can improve the condition, which we did, which is nice. All right, so this should be able to finish now. This will get us to 100%, and then we just do our synthesis, and one more synthesis, and we're done. Nailed it. Perfect. All right, so now we just need to make up our wool. To the weaver. Okay, so we need to make all of this into wool and yarn, I believe. Because for our tights, we need 1 yarn and some undyed cloth. So, let's make some wool and yarn. And since I haven't made this yet, we'll make 1 or 2 first. And we might quick synthesis the rest of it. Right? And we'll take the tricks of the trade there, so it offsets us to the 5s of the durability. Which feels like you get 1 more step still, in general. Alright, so we'll do that. Now we need to do Master's Mend. I don't know that we're going to be able to do the full 64. So I think we just do this. 11%. 15%, yep. And then I think we have to do 2 actual synthesis actions, yep. I figured we weren't going to get 64. So now let's just do a quick synthesis with the rest of these since we've made that now. Alright. Hopefully we don't fail. And I'd actually rather they're just... Oh. I was just going to say I'd rather they're not high quality. But we'll take it. I mean, I can always just drop them down if I need the inventory space. But what that should mean is that... so let's jump over here. Wool and tights. So we need 2 cloths. So we should be able to get at least 1 high quality. Uh-oh, something broke for somebody. That's not good. Alright, so let's do this first. So we need 2 woolen cloths. We're starting at 15%, so that should help us out here. With this durability 40 piece, when you're making the materials, it makes it difficult. You got it, like, every step needs to be perfect. It feels like, especially when it's this higher level materials. When you're over leveled for the stuff, it's a little bit easier. Let's actually take that quality boost. See where that puts us. Okay. So we'll do a synthesis action now. We didn't get a condition boost, which is unfortunate. We didn't get one there either. Yeah, because we're going to be 1 CP short. So let's do a hasty touch and see if we either get lucky in increasing high quality or getting tricks of the trade, so then we can do our 2 touch actions. Alright, well, we got the quality boost, so we'll do a basic touch here. Yeah, and we're 1 shy on being able to do standard touch. So let's do another hasty touch. Yeah, lucked out there. And we got high quality woolen cloth. And we need 2, so we might as well do 1 more with these other high quality mats. We don't have the inventory space. What can we get rid of? Oh, I'm an idiot. Well, this'll help. Use. Since we're going to be crafting for probably another hour yet, we'll use those up. That'll give us our last inventory space that we need. sort everything. Okay, now we can finish this off. I mean, starting out at 15% makes this significantly easier. Though, I was going to say we hadn't gotten Tricks of the Trade or a condition increase at all. So I think now it still makes sense to do a synthesis action. We got another Tricks of the Trade, perfect. So now we can do Master's Mend. And now we should be able to do 3 of these actions and get 100%. Perfect. And then we finish it off. Nice. Alright. So I think we leave that at that. And now we just make our tights. Because that way we're going to keep our inventory footprint low. Alright. Let's do it. Bum ba bum 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 bum. Bow bow bump bum bow bow. Alright. Tooling around. Hoping it don't go wrong. Okay, so we'll do a synthesis here and we can calculate how many more we need. Okay, 52, 104, so 2 more. So we can do 2 more touch actions here. And Tricks of the Trade right then was perfect. Now we'll do our Master's Mend. Let's take the Tricks of the Trade one more time. So then we'll do this. Our 2 touch actions in a row. Will one more do it? Let's do a synthesis and see. Okay. So we'll do our basic touch. 98%, huh? So let's not mess with it. We'll take that, we'll do the sure thing with the basic touch, get 100%, and do our synthesis action to complete it at high quality. And level up to 42, nice. Oh, I never put the alembic on. That might have helped us, actually, wouldn't it have? So we have that on already. Did we grab the hat? Let's see what's recommended. Nothing new is recommended, okay. We've already got one. So that's everything. So we are Weaver right now, so we'll just go back to the Weavers Guild and take care of that one. Boom. Ethelwine. Ethelwine. Hey, there's Kokomo. I'm sure your tights will be excellent, but I know Master Rose would insist upon inspecting them first. I will wait here until he says that they are ready. Alright, Redolent Rose. Have you the tights, Callista? There they are. Miss, if you would come with me. Kokomo Try-On Hall. They're so soft and warm. I don't think I've ever worn such comfortable tights. This is just what I needed for all those evening parties Father makes me attend. The cold was becoming unbearable. I could wear these tights underneath my gowns and Father would never be the wiser. I realize he expects a great deal of you, but could you not simply refuse to attend? Surely you do not wish to devote your entire life to his business?
I appreciate your concern, Master Rose, but it's not possible. He's my father. In that case, why not view it as an opportunity? Perhaps some enchanted evening you'll meet a charming young man. Master Rose, don't be absurd. Wararuka would never attend one of these dreadful parties. Ah, forgive me. I had no idea that you had already made the acquaintance of one such gentleman. Thank you for the leggings, Callista. I believe I must be going now. Ah, as if Father would ever accept him. Well, at least we now know that Wawaruka's efforts were not in vain. Now, if only we could convince the buffoon to wear something relatively normal next time.
Alright, we wanted the grape one. So I think actually... Yeah, if anything, we were going to maybe get the salmon one of the smock. And we want the grape one of that. Although those are probably both from the same person, aren't they? So we'll just take the silver pieces. Alright. The intervention. That's funny. Woolen deerstalker. Woolen smock. Let's see, they look the same, just a different texture, apparently. The gathering gear at this level looked a lot better than the crafting gear does. I will say that. Level 1, level 2. Alright, so before we will go to Goldsmith next. First, though, we will swap out equipment. And I think I might do, like, materia stuff in between sessions. That seems like it makes the most sense. Okay, so we have a new... Should have a new one of these, right? Maybe not. Oh, no, this was the one where... Was this the one where it was better than the other one? Might have been. Do have a new one of these, though. Extract, retrieve materia from that. And desynth. Carpenter desynth skill's pretty high, so that's good. Elm lumber. Oof. I don't know that I had much high quality elm lumber. We got the smock on, we got the gloves on. Okay, so we'll just register that then. Sort everything. We better hold off on pulling out, extracting the material we've gotten on our spirit bonded items till we finish out all of the quests turning in.
Goldsmith. I love gold.
Oh, have you finished the horn staff already? Sure have. GGG. Hornstaff, haha. So this is Greenhorn Staff. You are improving. Perhaps Greenhorn has finally outgrown her title. I must think of a more suitable one. Something that acknowledges your recent growth, but still conveys disdain for the majority of your work. That's extremely high praise. At least I think it is. But there is one thing that I can say with certainty. This particular commission has made it even easier than usual to evaluate your growth. After all, the firebrand you made before required you to work with many of the same materials, so this is a perfect opportunity to see your technique has improved since then. Although both were carved from Aldgoat horn and adorned with an eye of fire, I would say that this staff is much more refined by comparison.
The wolf fangs flaring from the tip are the coup de grace, not only strengthening the thaumaturgical properties of the weapon, but also improving the wielder's ability to cut an imposing figure. Why don't you deliver this commission to Rorotan at the Ruby Road Exchange personally? It's been a while since you last met, so I'm sure he'd be happy to see you. Where is that again?
Adventurers Guild might be closest. I think. It's been a while since I've been to the back alley, which is what I believe is the Ruby Road Exchange. Oh no, it's the stairs. Right?
Nope, over here. Over here. Silver nettle.
There he is, watching the dancing girls. Oh no, he's not paying attention to them. He's much more looking at all the stuff here.
Why, if it isn't Callista, you're a hard woman to find. As it happens, I had another commission for you. Mistress Serendipity has the details, or would you prefer that I tell you?
I already have it, dude.
You've already crafted the horn staff. I beg your pardon. I had no idea. I appreciate that you came to deliver it. I was dreading the inevitable encounter with that irrepressible Mabbit. Don't misunderstand. It's not that I'm offended. On the contrary, his assessment of my abilities is harsh but fair. He reminds me that I have much and more to learn before I can call myself a connoisseur of the fine arts. And in times like these, ignorance can be a fatal failing, especially if the rumors sweeping the markets are to be given credence. Surely you've heard of them as well. This talk of the Jade Fox? Aye, the legendary thief has come to Ul'dah at last. A master of disguise, whose identity is a complete mystery. There is but one thing on which everyone can agree, that his lust for fine jewelry is insatiable. So you must understand why a merchant like me would feel ill at ease. There is no greater enemy to the industrious businessman than a dastardly thief who would steal his wares without compunction. You and your fellow goldsmiths should take care. In fact, it would not surprise me in the slightest if the Jade Fox were to turn his attentions towards you.
All right. Thanks for the warning, sir. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. So I think this is the closest aetheryte to get back to the Goldsmiths Guild. Wow! Oh, that's a pole. Dong. Welcome back, Callista. I hope the staff was to Rorotan's satisfaction. Congratulations on a job well done, then. Oh, but before you go, I've recently been informed that a dangerous thief has come to Ul'dah, and that we goldsmiths might be the target of his machina. She was gonna say machinations, I suppose. What? You've already heard about the Jade Fox? Well now, aren't we well informed? Anyway, I must urge you to be cautious when dealing with new customers. The Jade Fox may disguise himself as one in an attempt to defraud you. As for the guild, rest assured that I will personally scrutinize anyone who seeks to commission our goldsmiths. And I am an excellent judge of character. What was that? Did I just hear you snicker, Callista? And I thought you respected your kind and lovely guildmaster. I mean... yeah. The GG stuff. It's the GG stuff. The fox in the hen house. I suppose I could always dye some of this stuff a color that I want to and not have to worry so much about it. So I think we can equip the things now. We need to equip. Oh. I must have already... Oh, yeah. So this was the one, yeah. Okay. There, we got it. So we can extract our materia here. Or retrieve our materia, excuse me. And then we can desynth. Mudstone, huh? So we could probably get rid of the mudstone. Gloves we can swap on to these now. Yeah, so once we're done with our other 3 in Limsa, then we can get rid of and desynth those gear items. And then we'll grab our hat from this next quest. And then we'll have all 3. And then the only thing we would do, although we could just dye what we have on to a color that we like. Okay, so that's all we can do here. Oops. So let's sort everything out. So we have materia that we could put onto our retainer. So let's do that first. Just to make sure we don't run into inventory problems while we're trying to turn in the last quest. Nope. This is where I wanted to go. Okay, here we go. There they are. So we got these 2 to turn into them. Okay. Anything else? Okay. So I think what we just do is lower the quality of this. Because I don't know that we need... none of these are on any retainers. Do we have any elm lumber anywhere? We do not. Yar, yar, yar. We are getting chock full of things again. Yellow yars and legs. I don't know that we'll need those. I don't know if those are better or worse than the blue ones. So I'll have to figure that out, because we might not need these for much yet. And so probably could jettison those at some point here in the near future. We got this one random fleece hanging out here. If we need to, we can just discard that. But I don't think we have anything that we can entrust to Janafreya here. But we can try. And the undyed hempen cloth is easy enough. Mudstone would maybe be... get mudstone over there at least. Almonds? Do we have... I thought at one point we had some of these. We have regular ones. Not the high quality ones. I can mess with that later. We've got that one Eye of Fire left that we'll have to do something with. Iron ingot can go over there. None of those, though. Okay, good enough for now. So, to wrap up the alchemy quest. And we are still level 40, so we can't put any of our new equipment on yet. But we will get there after this quest. And then at that point, it's just the 3 in Limsa, so the 6 quests that we'd have to do for Blacksmith, Armorer, and Culinarian. And I don't know that we will get to those today. We'll probably wrap up after this, actually. Nope, that is not Severian.
Well, do you have those high potions of strength for me? Remember, only the most splendid samples are suitable for a process this demanding and delicate.
There we are.
I shall have to improve the quality of the materials I prepared if they are to be successfully combined with yours. Merely holding on to the vials, I can feel tendrils of might seeping into my weary frame. You have done well to preserve the power inherent in the limbs of a Bog-Yarzan. Why, these concoctions would imbue even the scrawniest of men with a strength to rival Rhalgr himself. If all of the ingredients match this level of quality, our success in this endeavor is assured. Did I perhaps fail to mention exactly what this most ambitious of alchemical processes was intended to achieve? Well, rather than inconvenience us both with an extremely lengthy and technical explanation, it may be faster for me to simply exhibit the results. This is, after all, the culmination of years of dedication and sacrifice. It may very well be that my efforts will end in misery, but one must at least make the attempt, or suffer the endless guilt of inaction. The time for talk is at an end. I shall now begin the process. From this moment onwards, I must needs have unbroken concentration and solitude. Your devoted assistance has been most appreciated. Aside from myself, you shall be the first to discover what the ultimate alchemical technique has achieved. Alright, so we get a new mortar. And then, yes, we're going to get the purple linen deer stalker. Ultimate alchemy. Guildmaster Severian appears in frantic need of your assistance. Uh-oh. So things don't quite go right by himself. Which we kind of expected, to be honest. Find myself a back corner here to change. Alright, so we have an alembic. We have materia in this one that we can retrieve. And then we can desynth this. Ooh, my armorer desynth skill's not very high. We got another iron alembic from this. Funny. Well, we can desynth that too now. Iron plate. Okay. Now we've got this to equip. And we can retrieve the materia from that. And then we can desynth that. Hey, more demi materia. Nice. Okay, so now we have our new hat. And we can see how that pairs with the rest of our new equipment. Not bad. The gloves are pretty rough. I might need to dye those a different color so it looks somewhat reasonable. Oh, and I do need new pants. But I can make new pants. And new shoes. Maybe do that. That'd be another thing I could accomplish off stream. So save this for now. And then what we can do is start going through and switch all of these over to the new hat. Quickly. And then goldsmith. And alchemist we already did. Weaver. There we go. 32 and 36. Okay. Okay. So that wraps up everything that we need to do here, I believe. Oh, I was going to say, isn't there a roof here? There is for part of it. So it rains in this one weird spot, which this marble floor would be treacherous. It would be treacherous. Right. So looking at our classes then. So Carpenter got to 43. Leatherworker, Weaver got to 42. And then we have Alchemist and Goldsmith at 41. And then we have Culinarian, Blacksmith, and Armorer all to do yet.
And so... We'll switch to Culinarian and we will jump to Limsa. The night theme in Ul'dah is pretty good. Very, very tranquil. It is like a lullaby almost. I was gonna say it wouldn't be lo-fi beats, but it's like lo-fi piano to sleep to. It's basically what it is. All right, so let's go to the aft castle here. So the good thing is with the Culinarian one, we do have quite a few. We do have quite a few random materials. So the hope is that with whatever we're going to have to craft for the quest, we don't have to do too much shopping and buying of things. But there's so many different ingredients for that. Who really knows, you know? All right. So yeah, so that's gonna be it for today. If I had a little bit more time today, I would be able to get through these other 6 quests probably in like an hour and a half or so. So we'll maybe jump back into those tomorrow, midday or something like that, or the next time at least that we do crafting and gathering, we'll do that. Then we will, we'll get caught up on that. So then we'll be into the level 40 band. The goal then would be to keep gathering at that low 50s level and then try to get the crafting through 45 and 250. And so, like during the week and stuff like that, I can do the Beast Tribe quests and the supply and provisioning missions to get them up above 45 and into that 48, 49, 50 band that we need the crafting classes to get into. Might not be able to do it all in one week, but we'll see what happens with that. So, that is everything for today.